Today on Let Us Eat, we're going to make a Dollar Tree Frito pie. I'm Suzanne Ridgway, this is Let Us Eat, and welcome to my channel. Today on Let Us Eat, we're going to make a Dollar Tree Frito pie for Dollar Tree dinners. I cannot wait for this one. I'm on a Mexican kick, as you haven't noticed, and I love Mexican food. And I can't eat it out too much anymore because I don't know what's going into them other than what's being said on the package, and most of it's processed. So if I want good Mexican food, I have to make it myself. And it's usually better that way, and you know what's going into your food. If you're new here, thank you so much for dropping by and clicking on my link. Thank you to everyone who watches every single day in all my videos. Everyone's support means a lot to me. My subscribe guy is about to pop up on the screen, and he's going to tell you to like this video. So go ahead and smash that like button. There's a subscribe word that just popped up. Look down below and click on that subscribe word for me. And don't forget to smash that bell, because YouTube will notify you when I upload more video. This is what you'll need from the Dollar Tree. Beef patties, an 8-ounce package, depending on family size, maybe 2. Lakeview cheese, I have 2 packs of the 5-ounce bricks of pepper jack cheese, which is real cheese. Rotel, a Goya sauce, and a bag of their corn chips from the Dollar Tree, plus an onion from my pantry, and I'll also be using black pepper and garlic from my pantry. Let's go ahead and prep the onion for the Dutch oven. I'm going to caramelize these onions before I add in my ground beef. You could do this Frito pie on an iron skillet if you wanted to. I'm going to use my Dutch oven. Onion is stubborn today. In my sink I have a garbage bowl. I use my colander for quick cleanup. Let's use half of this onion. Let's add it to the Dutch oven. Beforehand, I'm going to take the butter spray and give it a nice once around. Then you can take your onion and just dump it in there. Stubborn onion with the skin today. 3 teaspoons of fresh black cracked pepper. 3 teaspoons of garlic. If you have fresh, you can use fresh. I'm going to take you over to the stove, and we're going to get the caramelization going. I'm going to turn my stove top on, left front to high heat. Then we'll reduce it once you hear the onions cooking. Oil, about a tablespoon. Just use your lid a few times and splash it in. And take your spoon and swish the onions around within the butter, oil, pepper, and garlic. Within about 3 to 5 minutes, your onions will start turning a light brown, and that means that they're caramelizing, and it's going to be amazing. While this is caramelizing, we're going to go back over to the counter, and we're going to ground up the beef patties. I have my bowl here. And I'm going to open up my ground beef. I use this ground beef all the time from the Dollar Tree. It's a hidden gem. It's not just for hamburgers. I may do a Dollar Tree hamburger dinner on hamburger buns just to psych you guys out. I'm using my masher, and we're going to just ground the beef up until we get it to the consistency that we like. It's going to start looking like this. And take your knife and scrape all that beef off your masher so you don't waste it. I used my fingers because the knife didn't want to work. And just rinse your masher off. I reduced my heat down to 2 because I don't want the onions to burn and fry. Just add 2 more teaspoons of garlic and 2 more teaspoons of fresh black cracked pepper. Right into the ground beef. And take this over to the Dutch oven and add it in. Let's add the ground beef. Then you're going to take your wooden spoon or whatever you like to use and swish the beef around with the onion so they can incorporate into one another and marry each other. It has been raining since 9:30 this morning. It wasn't supposed to rain until this afternoon, and it was supposed to stop. It rained last night for a little while with a huge lightning storm. I mean, cloud to the ground, lightning like every minute. It was pretty breathtaking and frightening at the same time. I'm going to take my rotel and dump the tomatoes right in. You're going to go ahead and mix the tomatoes with your ground beef. Let's show you what it looks like so far. Here's what it looks like so far with the ground beef, caramelized onions, mixed in with the tomatoes. It smells so good. I'm going to let this beef finish cooking, and then we're going to add in the pepper jack cheese. Let's cut open the cheese. You can use the cheddar if you wish according to the recipe. I really like pepper jack. And for a Frito pie, I just want a little bit of a kick. Because it's an Americanized Mexican dish. If this was a thicker brick, I would have grated it, but it's very thin, so I'm just going to take my shears and cut it into the dish. I hope everybody is enjoying their summertime. Our summer vacation finally starts Friday. The kids' last day of school is Thursday with a half a day. New York goes to the 25th. Sometimes the 26th, but they ended it early this year, a day early this year, because we had a lot of unused snow days. I'm going to mix up the beef with the tomatoes and the cheese to give it time to cook together and melt. This smells terrific. I hope you guys like these Dollar Tree dinners. I'm finding them on Pinterest and All Recipe. Then I'm taking the recipe to Dollar Tree and buying the ingredients there to make them. I'm going to let this cook for a few minutes. I'm going to grab my small casserole dish. We're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. We're going to finish cutting up the second brick of cheese and get the Fritos ready. I went ahead and added the little can of Goya tomatoes. I'm going to mix it a little more, then we're going to cover it so that cheese has time to melt. And the beef can cook a little further with onions. I found my pie pan, so I'm not going to use the small casserole dish, so I'm so excited. Let's open the Fritos. I'm going to do the first layer. I have never made a Frito pie before. This is my first time. Just following what I read on All Recipe by making some of the things my own personal flair, like with the pepper jack cheese. Again, just take your shears because it's very, very thin and you don't want to get cut. I'm going to do half on this layer. And a couple more of these corn chips. I've never had them before. They're really good. Now I'm going to put this into the oven on this cookie sheet so I can retrieve it easier. I'm going to let the cheese melt. So we're going to put them in the oven for about 10 minutes at 350 degrees. And then once this comes out of the oven, we're going to pour the beef mixture on top and add the final layer of cheese and corn chips. Here's what the beef mixture looks like for the Frito pie. Now let's take the pie pan out of the oven. Make sure you leave the oven on because it's going to go back in. And the cheese has time to melt and crisp up the corn chips. I have my ladle. I'm going to scoop out the beef and the cheese. Just dump it onto the Fritos. Here's what it looks like, and I'm going to put the extra Fritos and cheese on top. Grab your bag. And then sprinkle out some, make it look like a pie topping. Perfect. And there's some left for snacking. Dollar Tree makes really good Frito corn chips. Their brand. I like the Clancy as well. But I've been going back to the Dollar Tree because I'm saving money. A lot of places raise their prices. And I know certain things I could still buy for $1. Just kind of make sure the cheese goes all over the top. If you're brave, you can grate it. I'm just going to use my shears. Now I'm going to pop this back in the same 350-degree oven until all the cheese on top is completely melted. Then we'll take it out and see what it looks like. Look how amazing this looks. Let's show you an aerial view. Here's what it looks like. It looks so beautiful. I'm so impressed with myself. Let's flip the camera back around so I can take you over to the stove and put it in. And again, it's going to go in until the cheese is melted, so about 10 minutes. I opened the door so I can put the Frito pie in. And when you put it onto a cookie sheet, it makes it more sturdy to take them in and out of the oven. And then it will leak on the cookie sheet and not your oven. Put it directly in the center of the rack, just like that. When this beeps, we will take it out and let it cool down and try it together. Let's take a peek. Look at that. It's got a couple more minutes. I'm going to let it finish out, and then we'll take it out and let it cool down. Time to take the Frito pie out of the oven. It looks absolutely amazing. It smells delicious. Easy grasp with the cookie sheet, because you don't want to get burned. If you have sour cream, you want to go ahead and top it with sour cream once it cools down. Look at how amazing that looks. Frito pie from the Dollar Tree. Let's take some out of the pie dish and try it. I think it's best to use a pretty bowl today for this. I'm going to use my orange scoop. I'm just going to kind of cut into it as best as I can. And put a little bit into the bowl for us to try. If you can only smell how amazing this is. I love caramelizing onions for these type of things. I'm looking into getting a cast iron skillet for my station. I've had them before, but I have gotten rid of it. And now I think I want one again. Because you could totally do this in a cast iron and then put the cast iron into the oven and let it cook like a one-pot meal. Let's try this together. The cheese is completely melted. That Lakeview cheese, which is real. Look at that. Caramelized onions, pepper jack cheese, the tomatoes, the corn chips, the ground beef. Another amazing dinner from Dollar Tree, a Frito pie. And as I said, you can get sour cream if you want. I believe they carry sour cream on occasion, but I don't think it's real sour cream. And to keep the cost low, I chose minimal ingredients. This is so good. If you have kids that are picky eaters, but like corn chips, they're going to love this dinner. And I bet you could do it with ground turkey too. Another big thumbs up. Thank you so much for stopping by and clicking on my link today. Thank you so much for everybody's support. This was another awesome dinner idea from the Dollar Tree. My previous extreme grocery haul, I did 7 dinners for $22 and showed you all the items. This was the first one on the list, and I'll be doing a video for each one of those dinners. So that Dollar Tree extreme grocery shopping haul will be in the description box below, so you can follow along and keep up day to day with the meal idea. The Frito pie is, I'm speechless. That's how good it is. If you are new here, my subscribe guy just popped up once again. He is directing you to like this video. So go ahead and smash that like button. He's also telling you to subscribe down below. You see that word? Click on it Don't forget to tap that bell up on top. YouTube will notify you when I upload more video. Just click on how you would like to be notified with the legend that drops down when you click on the bell. Thank you and have a great day.